Alright guys, what's going on? This is Wes. We got another design theater video going on today. And today we are looking at the art of Berserk. And Berserk is a huge inspiration to me. I'll be honest, I haven't read all of the books. I've actually only have the first collection volume. But when I saw, I've always been familiar with Berserk, always knew that it was around, but whenever it is that I saw the first mega edition it is that I bought of Berserk, I was just blown away by the creativity in this book, and not only the creativity but the draftsmanship, obviously, because the level of inking that this guy did with his work it's pretty insane, right? Like most of the stuff that I have here now is going to be like the full illustrations where he does like these really super detailed ink drawings, which is something it is that I like to do, which is why in my own comics, which you can get 2 issues of my Tales from the Void comics for free in the description below if you're interested. Both of those comics, they have the black and white aesthetic. I really like that. I like the manga black and white aesthetic. So we're going to look through some of these drawings that Kentaro did for Berserk, and we're just going to kind of talk about them. So let's go ahead and get into it. This first one, I mean, this feels very otherworldly. It kind of reminds me of Alex Gray's piece where he illustrates a man dying, and there's something similar to this, but instead of faces, there's a bunch of eyes that are going into the background. That's what this reminds me of. It feels like there's a spiritualness to Berserk that I think really captures people's attention and captures people's imagination. And I think you can really see it in a lot of these illustrations. He always has these great expressions and great moments um, that he illustrates. You know, stuff like this is just wild. I love all of this detail. This is the sort of stuff that I like to draw. I like to draw pieces that are just completely insane with the amount of inking it is that it takes to do. I believe that this is whenever he was still doing them traditionally. I think at some point he transitioned into doing digital, but this must have taken a ton of time. But you can tell he had a lot of fun with it. He's got some. Looks like he's got some some screens there, some manga screens to give him some shading, which is cool. But yeah. Again, the compositional shots that he chooses for this, I think, are just great. Like even if we go back and we look at this first piece, he has a really good way of capturing the right moment with the right composition that makes the drawing just feel very iconic, right? So if you're interested in learning more about composition, I have some masterclass tutorials on my YouTube channel where I go over that. And I'll probably do a more in-depth analysis of his work at some point. Stuff like this is really cool, just because of the obsessive amount of detail in his pieces. Again, we see this detail in, first off, the perspective. The perspective is very good, and then he illustrates all this detail of this ceiling. Some people might look at something like that and say, like, why put so much detail into something that somebody can look at and instantaneously see the point of it, and they just turn the page. But the thing is that's what makes this comic, or what makes this manga so iconic. That's what gives it something its staying power. was that you can always come back to it and you can find more and more details, more and more things it is that you didn't notice before and things that you can appreciate. If it's something that's just kind of thrown out there, then that's how it is that people will treat it for, you know, for as long as they pay attention to it. But something like Berserk, it has that staying power because of the insane craftsmanship to it. You know, like he definitely had this idea in his mind that he thought like he needed to outdo himself with how crazy his drawings were every time he did one. It's another really cool example. I love looking at stuff like this too because the manga artists, um, you know, they take storytelling to such another level. Whereas I feel like in American comics our stuff is very you know, it's superheroes and that's kind of like that's really the main focus. But this is much more of like Guts' spiritual quest, and it just really inspires me to want to get to drawing on my comic again. Yeah, I mean the detail in these pieces is just insane, right? It sucks that he died at such a young age too. I think he was only in his 50s whenever he passed away. But he gave us so much in that short amount of time. He gave us so much art and an amazing property like Berserk. And here we see there's some sort of a war going on, and you can see I love like just these casual character designs he does that he has floating in the background that are like just so strange and out there, like this guy right here, right? These kind of dinosaur-like creatures, and then you have the human army next to him, or even stuff like this back here. This guy's creepy. He's got his head in his face, but then he has like a teeth head or something. Yeah, I mean some of this stuff reminds me of some sort of like centipedes or something along those lines. So you see a war going on, and again, it's the same thing. Like he's doing a really good job of showing like these characters going into battle. Uh, he's showing the results of what has happened in the battle. These are all really good storytelling techniques, right? Just showing the dead people in the background and showing so many of the dead humans, but only one dead centipede tells you that you know they're in for the battle of their lives. And then we go down to this third panel, and it's the same sort of thing, right? We're seeing these guys are getting choked out. Yeah, I'm not completely familiar with who's on whose side. It looks like they also have demons on their side as well. All right, I think we got like one more, and then I'm gonna let you guys go. Yeah, I mean this is just so wild. Yeah, I need to get the rest of the books and actually finish reading them. Um, but you know, when you look at stuff like this, it really, to me, it inspires me to create the best work it is that I can, and that's what I hope I am giving you guys from doing these videos, is that inspiration that you get whenever you look at a master artist and it just makes you want to get up and draw. It makes you want to do something rather than just passively consuming things, which I feel like so much of our culture is just that. It's just passively consuming things. And there's a penis monster right there. So we'll go ahead and we will end it at that, guys. I'll have some more videos coming up along with the comic process video that should be coming up this week as well. Thanks, guys, for watching. Make sure to leave a comment if there's an artist it is that you would like for me to cover. And you guys have a great day. Take it easy. I'll also hit the like button so other people can see this video. Thank you.